Buddhadhamma, chapter 5. These are the kinds of kamma classification. From the perspective of its quality or source, kamma is divided into two factors. One, unwholesome actions, akusala kamma, unskillful actions, bad actions. This refers to those actions stemming from unwholesome roots, the roots of greed, the roots of hatred, and the roots of delusion. And number two, wholesome action, kusala kamma. These are skillful actions, good actions. They refer to those actions stemming from wholesome roots, non-greed, wholesome roots of non-hatred, and wholesome roots of non-delusion. If one divides kamma according to the doorways by which actions are performed, the pathways of expressions, the classification is threefold. There are three things: physical, verbal, and mental action. Kaya kamma, vachi kamma, mano kamma. Actions by way of body, by way of speech, and by way of mind. Combining the two at aforementioned classification results in 6 kinds of kamma: unwholesome physical, verbal, and mental actions, and wholesome physical, verbal, and mental actions. Another classification divides kamma into 4 factors according to the relationship actions have on their results. In Pali, this is called vipaka. The first one is dark actions with dark results. This refers to physical, verbal, and mental volitional formation. Kaya sankhara, vachi sankhara, and mano sankhara. They are harmful and oppressive. Basic examples including injuring of creatures, stealing, sexual misconduct, lying, and heedlessness, indulging in alcoholic beverages. Number 2, bright actions with bright results. This refers to the physical, verbal, and mental volitional formations that are neither harmful or oppressive. An example is upholding the 10 wholesome courses of actions, kusala kammanta. And number 3, bright and dark actions with bright and dark results. This refers to physical, verbal, and mental volitional formations that are partly harmful and partly non-harmful. Most human behavior falls under this category. And number 4, neither bright nor dark actions, whether with neither bright nor dark results. This refers to those actions performing in order to bring an end of kamma. Example is intention aimed at abandoning the 3 aforementioned kinds of kamma. In terms of spiritual qualities, this refers to the 7 factors of enlightenment, bojana, or the Noble Eightfold Path. The commentaries contain another classification of kamma into 12 factors, into 3 groups of 4 factors. This classification was favored by later generations of Buddhist scholars, as seen as the description in the Visuddhimagga, comprised by the most respected Buddhaghosacariya. To prevent confusion, however, it will not be presented here. Of the 3 kinds of kamma mentioned above, physical, verbal, and mental kamma is the greatest importance and has the most widespread major consequences, as confirmed by Gautama Buddha. He quotes, "Of these 3 kinds of action, Tapasi thus analyze and distinguish. I describe mental action as the most harmful in the performance of evil action, in the penetration of evil actions, not bodily action or verbal action." Unquote. Mental karma is the most important because it is the point of origin. People think before they speak or act. They think before they express themselves by way of speech or physical action. Verbal kamma and physical kamma are thus extensions of mental kamma. Moreover, mental kamma encompasses beliefs, opinions, doctrines, and way of thinking, and values which are correctly referred to as view. In Pali, it's called titi. Titi, view, determines people's general conduct and lifestyle, and as well as the direction of society, people's thoughts, speech, teachings, instructions, actions, etc. All spring from their beliefs, viewpoints, and values. If people harbor wrong view, micha titi, their thoughts, speech, and actions will also be incorrect. If they harbor right view, samma titi, their thoughts, speech, and actions will be correct. For example, if a society believes that material affluence is of utmost value and truly desirable, people will pursue material wealth. They will use wealth as their yardstick for measuring progress, prestige, and dignity. People's lifestyles and direction of society will follow a particular mode or format. Another society which considers spiritual peace and happiness to be the highest goal will follow another mode of behavior. There are many teachings by Gautama Buddha expressing the significance of wrong view and right view. For example, monks, I do not see even a single thing or account of which unarisen, unwholesome states arise, arisen, unwholesome states increase and expand so much as wrong view. Monks, I do not see even a single thing on account of which unarisen, wholesome states arise, and arisen, wholesome states increase, expand so much as right view. Monks, for a person of wrong view, whatever bodily kamma, verbal kamma, and mental kamma he maintains and undertakes in accord with that view, whatever his intention, yearning, inclination, and volitional activities, they all lead to what is unwished for, undesired, and disagreeable, to harm and dukkha. For what reason? Because his view is bad. Suppose a seed of neem, snake gourd, or bitter gourd were planted in the moist soil. Whatever nutrients it takes up from the soil and from the water would all lead to this bitter, pungent, and distasteful flavor. For what reason? Because the seed is bad. Monks, for a person with right view, whatever bodily kamma, verbal kamma, and mental kamma he maintains, undertakes, in accord with the view and whatever his intention, yearning, inclination, and volitional activities, they all lead to what is wished for, desired, and agreeable, to well-being and happiness. For what reason? Because the view is good. Suppose a seed of sugarcane, hold, wheat, or gold apple were planted in moist soil. Whatever nutrient it takes up from the soil and from water would all lead to its sweet, agreeable, delectable flavor. For what reason? Because the seed is good. Monks, there is one person who arises in the world for harm of many people, for the unhappiness of many people, for the ruin, harm, and suffering of many people, of devatas and human beings. Who is that one person? It is the one who holds wrong view and has perverted perspective. He draws many people away from the true Dhamma and establishes them in the untrue Dhamma. Monks, there are one person who arises in the world for the welfare of many people, for of the happiness of many people, for the good, welfare, and happiness of many people, of devatas and human beings. Who is that one person? It is one who holds right view, has correct perspective. He draws many people away from the untrue Dhamma, establishing them in the true Dhamma. Monks, I do not see even a single thing so harmful as wrong view. Wrong view is the worst of things that are harmful. Mind is the chief and master of all states. They're all accompanied by the way of the mind. If one speaks or acts with an impure mind, suffering will follow, even as the wheel of the cart followeth the ox who draws it. If one speaks or acts with a pure mind, happiness will follow, even as one's radiance that never leaves.